Thraxxhouse was an underground Seattle collective making headlines all around the city. Their new influential style of emo hip-hop helped them gain traction and build a collective of 40 group members. The new goth/emo hip-hop style helped Thraxxhouse build strong relationships with artists all across the US. Eventually, with Thraxxhouse becoming too large for some of the outstanding artists, they wanted to dial in their music in a smaller group and truly pursue emo hip-hop. This led to Gothboy Clique being started and giving a new name to the sound they all believed in. Gothboy Clique would end up harboring some of the most influential artists in the music industry has ever seen, consisting of artists such as Lil Peep, Lil Tracy, Mac Ned. Gothboy Clique would make headlines all around the world for their new sound. Thraxxhouse was founded in Seattle in 2013 by Mac Ned and Kenyatta. Thraxxhouse first gained traction with Mac Ned's song SBs on the Chevys in 2014, and the song really only gained traction locally, but it was a start for Thraxxhouse. Thraxxhouse would later come out with projects such as the Thraxxhouse mixtape with songs like Rookie of the Year and White Mountains, and the album Female. Thraxxhouse even got published in the Seattle Times with the title Thraxxhouse Collective is the biggest story in local rap. Mac Ned's music would be seen as a crossbreeding between grunge and trap. Eventually, Thraxxhouse was gaining traction outside of Washington with the additions to the group such as Sneak Guapo, Lil Tracy, Cold Heart, and Horsehead. Eventually, Thraxxhouse was around 40 members deep, with artists all across the United States in one collective. The recognition they mainly had was in Seattle and Arizona, often doing shows and events in between both states. Thraxxhouse started to die down because one of the founding Seattle members, Kenyatta, had left the group, and it slowly unraveled. Members of Thraxxhouse that were excelling and putting out the most content decided to join the collective Gothboy Clique. Gothboy Clique was already started in 2013, but all the members were in Thraxxhouse and Gothboy Clique was more or less forgotten. Because the artists in Gothboy Clique were previously in Thraxxhouse, they had a lot more attention than the newly emerging collective. They also already had a decent fan base. They slowly started gaining traction in their own fan base for the specific type of music they were pursuing, a new emo hip-hop, an alternative sound of underground hip-hop. At the time, all artists in the Gothboy Clique saw it as more of a merging of many different styles rather than one specifically. The name emo hip-hop was mainly given to the group by the media. The new members of Gothboy Clique were Mac Ned, Lil Tracy, Cold Heart, Horsehead, Fishnark, Nedarb, and Wiccaface, and beyond. Thraxxhouse helped bring the group of artists together with many talents, and in the end failed, but the relationships between the artists didn't, and this helped propel Gothboy Clique to stardom. Gothboy Clique Seattle members Mac Ned and Fishnark would become even more successful with the release of many different songs collaborated with Gothboy Clique members. The group took inspirations from everywhere, making themselves truly stand out. The group would have another member join, Lil Peep. Lil Peep would take Gothboy Clique to the next level of stardom, and truly define what it meant to be a part of Gothboy Clique. In 2016, Gothboy Clique and Lil Peep joined Gothboy Clique, and Pitchfork named Lil Peep the future of emo music, and also explained how Peep was carrying the tradition of emo/grunge music once started by the Seattle legend Kurt Cobain, even having a song called Cobain where he expresses and talks about the pain within. Peep's music was a mixture of emo rap and emo rock. This took the industry by storm. Right after being acclaimed to be the future of emo rap, Lil Peep released his first album, Come Over When You're Sober. His album gained attention worldwide, and Peep personified the darkest parts of our generation when it came to things like drugs, women, and depression. One thing that made Peep so special was his upbringing. It wasn't the stereotypical coming out of a burned ghetto, but he was raised in a plain neighborhood, doing normal things like skateboarding, playing video games. He became so popular because he drew things into music that we all understand. With fame can come a lot of pressure and anxiety on Peep's shoulders, and he would cope with all his pressure with drugs, specifically Xanax. Sadly, on November 15, 2017, Peep died from a fentanyl overdose on his tour bus, leaving the whole world shocked. Peep would constantly talk about dying young and comparing himself to legends such as Kurt Cobain. It was truly sad, but if there's one thing that we can learn from his death, it's that the importance of mental health. If you or your friend are dealing with something, support them. Encourage them to get help.
Peace. the sky tonight. All the stars have a reason. Hold on. We're right here. I'll be back in the morning. I know that I'm not that important to you, but to me, girl, is so much more than gorgeous, so much more than perfect. Right now I know that I'm not really worth it. If you give me time, I could work on it. Give me some time while I work on it. Losing your patience, and girl, I don't blame you. The earth's in rotation, you waiting for me. Look at my face when I fuck on your waist, cause we only have one conversation a week. That's why your friends always hating on me. Fuck them, no, I did this all by myself. Matter of fact, I ain't never asked no more for help, and that's why I don't pick up my phone when you ring. None of my exes is over, Lil Peep. Nobody flexing as much as I be. That's why she texts me and tell me she love me. She know that someday I'll be over the sea, making my money and smoking my weed. I think it's funny, she opened up to me, get comfortable with me once I got her coming. I love her, she love me, I know that I'm nothing like someone the family want me to be. If I find a way, would you walk it with me? Look at my face while you're talking to me, cause we only have one conversation a week. Can I get one conversation at least? Shout out to everyone making my beats. You helping me preach. This music's the only thing keeping the peace when I'm falling to pieces.